Dendritic pattern, a concept that took the Nix community by storm earlier last year, promising to simplify the structure of your Nix projects, improve readability and scalability. But how does it actually work? And is it really worth it? Today we will find an answer to these questions, so without further ado, let's get right into it. So the pattern traces back to a NixOS discourse thread from last year, where MightyIM shared his findings, showing how turning every Nix file into a flake-parts module made his projects much easier to work with. What this meant is essentially, instead of having a flake.nix file importing various modules, packages, and shells, having to juggle all those files with their own unique structures, the approach was to wrap each file with a flake-parts module, making them all follow a consistent and predictable structure. Instead of just being a package, the package file would now be exporting a package under a certain name to our Flake's outputs, and instead of being NixOS modules, our module files would now be exporting NixOS modules, making them all a part of one greater module system, with each file being top-level and self-sufficient, which in turn also allows us to forget about any relative imports and just import every file automatically, because they can all just reference each other by output name anyway, eliminating any glue code. And moreover, with our Nix files turned flake-parts modules, we can actually have several outputs per module, allowing us to clump related stuff together, making your config even more readable. You could have a flake-parts module outputting a NixOS system with its main configuration module, a related home manager module, and some sort of system-specific package, with all of them not only being accessible to one another, but also to every other part of your Flake's outputs. That was the general idea, but to implement this yourself, you will of course need to know how to use flake-parts, so before we proceed to the actual code part, I highly recommend you to check out the flake-parts video from the channel, because it will all make a lot more sense after you watch it. So now, let's start with an empty flake. The most basic flake-parts flake, to be specific. This is how it looks normally, but to make our life easier and get rid of manual imports, let's also grab the import-tree flake and use it to import the new modules directory recursively. And that's basically all there is to it, so now we can proceed to make some flake-parts modules. For example, let's start with a basic NixOS module and create a Nix file called myfirstmodule.nix. We can put some options inside and assume that we will later reuse it for various NixOS hosts. Now let's create a NixOS system module that will output a NixOS system along with its main configuration module. The system can now access both its main module and the module we created earlier by taking them from Flake's self, which is basically your Flake's outputs. We could also go ahead and create yet another file, exporting some kind of package, and then use that package in one of our NixOS modules by once again just taking it from self. Notice how we didn't have to import anything manually, and how the purpose of each of our files is abundantly clear with no extra context. You open any of the files and immediately understand what it does. Plus, since all of your packages and modules are stored in the outputs, you obviously get the benefits of being able to access them all externally, allowing you to run the packages from your Flake with Nix run, or share your modules with your friends. To go a step further, we can also restructure our modules directory, put the NixOS modules in the NixOS module subdirectory, our system in the host directory, make another one for packages and shells, and just continue to build your Flake, moving files around whenever you please with no consequences. Just make sure to do some research on flake-parts, because with your files turned flake-parts modules, you will have to use flake-parts options correctly, like not nesting NixOS modules, flake-parts will not understand how to merge them if you do it like this, and importing correct flake-parts modules to get options for external projects like Home Manager. So to answer the question from the beginning, is the Dendritic pattern really worth it? I personally think it absolutely does, and I have already switched my NixOS configuration to it many months ago. There is of course more to it, because when you dig deeper, there is a ton of ways to implement it differently, and projects that aim to extend it, but I guess that's a topic for another video. But let me know what you think. Are you using the Dendritic pattern already, or perhaps considering to give it a try? Let me know in the comments section. And now, I'd like to thank all the amazing people that support the channel and keep it going, for all the generous monthly and recent donations. They really mean the world to me. And as always, don't forget to check out our Discord server, leave a like or a comment if you enjoyed this video, or subscribe if you are feeling extra generous. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.